Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 2nd. And some people sometimes they just don't know how to pray or how to talk to God. And, we should be very careful and concerned that we are pleasing to God. But I think Moses, a lot of people think he was a very special man. But at the same time, I think he was kind of a regular guy who wasn't expecting to be put in the position he was put in. And he had to start from scratch, and he didn't know sometimes what to say. And he actually tried to get out of what he was supposed to do and get somebody to come help him. He was a human being. So in Exodus 33, in verse 13, he says something that I think could be our prayer of the day. We could be our prayer all the time before we start anything else with God. And Moses says, "Now therefore I pray, if I have found grace in your sight, show me now your way, that I may know you, and that I may find grace in your sight." Now you see, he repeated that grace in your sight because that's all he wants. He just wants grace in God's sight. Let me say that again, coming from ourselves. Let's say this together. We pray, if we have found grace in your sight, show us now your way, that we may know you and that we may find grace in your sight. I think that's pretty simple, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be long. If you don't know anything else, you could say that. And you can visit this. I will write it down, and I'll put it up on our featured images or places or photos so that you can see it again. And listen to what God said to Moses. And he said, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." It's interesting because they were about to take a long trip. And God says, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." He didn't say, "We're going to stop the trip and I'll take naps." He said, "I will give you rest." So I think he means all of everything, because if God's with him, it's taken care of. Whatever he does will be the right way, and he will give Moses rest, I think, inside. And he won't be so anxious and stressed and, because really rest is being calm and resting. So I think these two verses are very important for us to use as an example of how to talk to God and what he would say back. If we ask that he shows us our way and that we may find grace in his sight, God says his presence will go with us and he will give us rest. Can't get any better than that. Have a great day and God bless you.